You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never.
All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the live. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Much love, much love. The Pels fall to Nuggets 125 to 118 in Zion's return. We appreciate you guys for being in the stream. And it is simply what it is, man. The Pelicans 7 straight losses. But hey, man, listen, we got something special, man, in these young players, man. DQ, Derik Queen, 30 points. Put up a hell of a game against the Joker. Zion returned as well. Just wasn't enough. Pels go down. So shout out to you guys. We'll have that post press conference from James Borrego momentarily. But big ups to you guys. We in the building, DC. How you doing tonight, bro?
Oh man, I'm tired, but you know, Derik Queen made it all worth it, bro. Watching this game, although it's a 7-point loss, it just looks totally different. It looks different with Zion coming out there. You know, he's still, coming back. Man was out 8 games, but just his presence seems like it allowed everybody else to get in the groove, man, especially Derik Queen. And you just got to love these rookies, man.
For real.
Regardless of what happens this season, I truly think we got the best 2 rookies, in the draft. So
DC,
we winners on that front.
These guys, man, I'm talking about all of them guys, man. Joe Dumars, they're going to give them hell about the unprotected draft pick, all this kind of stuff. But man, Derik Queen, Jeremiah Fears, PV, our rookies are off the chain. All of them, bro.
I don't want to hear shit about that draft pick, Q. You just had a dude went out there against the player he's trying to be like and put 30 on him, man. Like, and Joker,
crazy
Joker. But he made it tough even for him defensively when he was on. I mean, Joker had like 10 turnovers tonight. So it's just amazing as far as our draft class. Everything else looks like a work in progress, man. But that ATO, I thought that was a damn good ATO they called, man, when the game was kind of close. And just that pass was a little erratic for Trey to get that lob, man. It's a lot of positive signs. I think the Pels could, they can definitely make things interesting and worth watching. Like, I didn't feel embarrassed watching this team, even though, they got down 20. They still got that damn issue in the third. The curse of Willie Green still follows them. Put the second, wasn't too great either. But that was more or less to me. They look like they got to figure out that bench rotation with Sadiq Bey coming back. He struggled a little bit, but the emergence of Micah Peavy also, man. Our other rookie,
all of them.
Him, I ain't even worried about his stats. I don't care about Micah Peavy's stats. He just make the right plays.
I know, bro.
He just do high IQ basketball shit, man. He know what he's supposed to be doing out there, and it's a pleasure to watch these three rookies we got, man. And late into the fourth quarter, we had all three of those guys in the game at the same time, man. And they pushing the Denver Nuggets, who are 11-3, 10-2 before they beat us tonight. So we're 2-13 team, but I do think I hate to say it, man, but I don't know, Q. I think we got a moral victory tonight, man. I think this is something.
I ain't trying to hit.
I ain't mad at you because I shot your shit down, but I think I think this is something we could build off, man. Going into Friday playing the Dallas Mavericks, and they are all in disarray. They don't know what the hell going on over there. So it's definitely a team we could beat and finally get on the right side of the win column. And I think they could definitely beat Atlanta Saturday too.
Yeah, it gets easier, doesn't it? After coming through a stretch that the Pelicans had, that 5-game home stretch against teams like Golden State, OKC, Denver, it was a difficult stretch. Now Borrego gets a little lighter competition with Dallas, and then of course we get back at it, DC again in a back-to-back with Dallas and Atlanta. So we do have some work to do, but the competition is a lot lighter based on where we're coming from. And listen, fam, if our young players played like this against stiff competition, they were up for the challenge, man. I mean, these guys are developing before our very eyes. Derik Queen, once again, no preseason, comes into the game just a natural, man, just doing what he do. He was not what you call it, DC, when you see a guy starstruck he was not starstruck at all by the Joker.
He reminds me of all our players, man. I know he just got here, but he kind of reminds me of like us. You know what I'm saying? Like just people in the city. You got like a real playful spirit. You know what I'm saying? Guy likes to have fun, but he bought his business, and he not scary. You know what I'm saying? He ain't backing down.
Nope.
But he got that. The Big Easy, I think that might have to be his nickname, man. They might have to roll with that because it just fit like his personality, his game. He's a player that kind of is a representation of the city. And I think it got a lot to do with where he come from. He come from Baltimore. And if you ever been to Baltimore, we got some similarities. We got some similarities to them. Baltimore is definitely
Philly
like
too.
New Orleans of the East. And you can say Philly too, yeah.
Philly too, yep. Yep. When I went to Philly, I said, damn, some of this remind me of New Orleans, Baltimore too.
Right.
Yeah, tough blue collar towns, man. DC, it was interesting, man. Derik Queen, bro, 30 points, man, in 30 minutes, bro. A point a minute by DQ, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. We're gonna go over the individuals, man. But I was impressed. Zion Williamson tonight, he got in there for just about 29 minutes, DC. He was plus 14. 14 points, 6 boards, 5 assists for Zion Williamson. What do you thought about his production coming back in his first game?
I thought, shout out to Zion, man, to not force the issue when Queen had it going, and kind of he seemed very supportive of the big fella. And I thought him coming back tonight, he mashed on the gas early, and he got in foul trouble. That bullshit ass tech. And I thought he made the most of it, man, and just kind of tried to fit into the game best as possible. I would have liked to see us utilize him a little better, but I also would like to see Zion. Before what was that, halftime, I think? Zion put up like a last second 3-pointer and made that shit, man. I'm like, bro, why don't you ever shoot? Like he gotta shoot it. If anything, just to keep the defenses honest. Borrego had some defensive lineups out there at times that I didn't like with Zion. Like you heard AD make reference to it. Like, you can't never have Zion in lineups with no shooters. And we had him, kind of out there at times like that. And AD was campaigning for them to put Trey back in, which Borrego did, in a short amount of time. I was like, damn, man, if that had been Willie Green, we probably would never seen Trey back in with Zion till the fourth quarter. But it ain't Willie Green no more. But just watching that lineup, man, and how they guard him and they just clog the paint. Even if it's just like a little 14-footer, like you see DQ hitting. Well, he was actually hitting 18, 19 footers too. But Zion gotta take some shots at some point, man. Everything cannot be a layup. So I hope he
mid-range shot. He missed the shit out of it. At least he took it though.
I missed that, man. I must have turned my head for a second when he took that.
He took a mid-range shot. He missed the shit out of it, but at least he took it, though. I got to respect his mind because people been kind of pushing on him to do it. I'm the one.
You got to keep him honest, man. You got to keep him honest because they're almost like, they looking at Zion like, man, we're just going to meet you at the rim. You know what I'm saying? With 2 and 3 people. But it's a lot harder for them to do that with Queen. And you had Fears, cutting and getting downhill like how he was. And Trey got it going. Intrigued to see what it looked like when Jordan Poole get back. And Sadiq obviously wasn't himself today. He's still, like he's dealing with coming back from that injury. But it's a lot to be intrigued by, man. But Zion obviously wasn't fully himself either. You know what I'm saying? This is like a bad night for Zion. You know what I mean? 6 for 13, 14 points, 6 rebounds. It's an off night for him. And he still was plus 14 on a plus or minus. So I thought Zion looked solid.
Yeah, Zion did what he I wasn't expecting spectacular numbers from Zion Williamson in this one, fam. Really wasn't. Just seeing them get back in there and get a groove. And then I was really kind of interested in seeing him kind of get on the court with some of our young players, see him get on the court with DQ and Jeremiah Fears and just get back to business. But I was very much encouraged, man. If Zion gets his average, the Pelicans beat the Nuggets tonight. So like I said, it's going to take a little time. We got lighter competition coming up, not as difficult, but very positive nonetheless, fam. So we're going to get ready to tune Borrego up in a second.
Yeah, let's see what Coach got to say. I'm sure he's going to be real happy about Derik Queen. Hopefully not too happy because we still lost.
Well, yeah, he's going to have a bunch of really good things to say about Queen. You know that, brother. You know that he's going to say some positive stuff about the man. And he was saying
it is too, Q. He did a lot of his damage early. And, later in the game, he was out of the game a lot in that second half to me. But Fears had a solid game as well, man.
All right, well, let me get that tuned up just a second, fam. Here we go. They're having technical difficulties on the Pelican site. So here we go. I'll put one in the chat if y'all can hear. Yeah, they're having technical difficulties tonight. They couldn't go live on their site. So
the Spurs one. 4? No, this was early. This was like Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler. 8? Yeah, the game 7 here. Yeah. And then we got stuck. We had to go play.
Yeah, they having some issues, fam. Broadcasting. It ain't even up on their regular channel. They having issues and technical difficulties. They put the notice out on that. So
Benier's all over that Delta flight. So anyway.
I was here that night as a fan, so thanks for bringing it.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good connection tonight, fam. I'm gonna try one more again, and then we're just gonna keep it pushing and moving. But it's let's see if I can get it going here a little bit further. Let me change it up. All right, DC, just go ahead and break it down, my brother, and I'm gonna keep looking to see if I can get a better connection so I can boost the signal some kind of way here.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. James probably definitely bought. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I think threes in general, yes. I obviously.
Yeah, it's in and out, man. Yeah, it's in and out. It's a crappy signal here, man, from them.
I love the corner 3. I value the corner 3. It's probably the best three you're going to find. So yes, we got to find more. Everybody says, how do you do this? How'd you do it there? It was done out of spacing and an ability to get downhill and draw that weak side corner.
All right, fam. That's gonna be about enough I can get out of him, man. Tonight, the signal's just bad. It's going in and out on his site. Yeah, some type of difficulties there. So DC, let's just push on, bro, and go to the next thing here. The team stats for the fam here. Shout out to y'all for being here. Y'all hit the like button, man. We in here. It was still very much an interesting game, man. Young people, so it's pretty cool. All right, individual statistics. Pelicans tonight, 44 of 98 for 45% from the field. They shot 7 of 34 from downtown, which was horrible, but 21% on that. They did go to the foul line 31 times. They converted 23 of 31 for 74%. The Nuggets were 46 of 83 for 55%, 10% points better than us. 11 of 31 from the downtown, 35%. They went to the foul line 27 times, converted 22 of 27 for 81%. Pelicans did out rebound them 44 to 41. They had 17 offensive rebounds, they being the Pelicans tonight. On the Nuggets, the assist game was won by the Nuggets 35 to 26. Pels beat them 12 to 8 with the steals and 5 to 1 on blocks. Pelicans kept their turnovers down. 12 total turnovers, but they did give up 20 points off those turnovers. The Nuggets gave up 20 turnovers and gave up 24 points off those said turnovers. Pelicans did out fast break them 20 to 19, and the points in the paint was badly won by the Nuggets 62 to 60. You can see they were about as much as 19 on the Pelicans, 13 by the Pelicans was the largest lead. And individually speaking, as we move to individual stats for the Pels, you see the top dog there's none other than DQ, Big Easy, whatever you want to call him. He was cool on the night, man. 30 points in 30 minutes against the Joker. 12 of 18 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. He was 5 of 8 from the foul line. He had 9 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks against the Joker. A lot of play against the Joker, but that was some pretty good basketball by a young big. And then, of course, 23 points by Trey Murphy in 36 minutes. He was 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 12 from downtown, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 3 assists with 2 boards and 5 steals by Trigger Trey Murphy. 16 from Jeremiah Fears. He finished in 25 minutes, 7 of 15 from the field. He was 0 for 4 from downtown, but perfect from the foul line. 3 rebounds, an assist, and a block by the young Jeremiah Fears. Zion in his return in 29 minutes, he was plus 14, 14 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from the foul line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and a steal. And he did have 3 turnovers in his return back to the lineup. Herb Jones in 29 minutes was plus 8, had 9 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in the matchup. Then off the bench, DC, not a lot of scoring, but PV led the way with 9 points in 17 minutes of the game, 3 of 8 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from downtown, but did hit 3 free throws to go along with those 3 rebounds and an assist by him. 7 from Eves with 8 rebounds in 12 minutes from him. 6 from Jordan Hawkins in 18 minutes. He was 3 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from downtown. Sadiq Bey in 19 minutes, 2 points. He was 0 for 3 from the field and 0 for 3 from downtown, 2 of 4 from the foul line. That's not Sadiq. He's still kind of working his way back. Jose Alvarado played 19 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 6 from the field. He was 0 for 4 from downtown, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for Jose. He was off. And Kayvon Looney did get 5 minutes and 5 minutes, no points, 4 rebounds, and an assist for Mr. Looney. He ain't really contributing too much in nothing. Kayvon Looney still trying to figure a way in this Pelican offense. But then, of course, outside of that, you look at the other side of things. The Joker was outscored by DQ. 28 points by the Joker. He did finish with a triple-double, however. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists. In DC, he almost had 9 double-digit turnovers, too. He had 9 turnovers in the game as well.
Triple-double the wrong way, huh?
The wrong way. Peyton Watson had 32 points. He was a surprise. Always somebody get loose on us.
Man, we got to put an end to that shit, man. I'm sick
It's
of all
always
these
always somebody. Who was the guy from
role
Golden
players,
State?
man, getting 32
Moody.
points on us and shit.
Yeah, Moody got us, and now this Watson character got us.
Grayson tore our ass out the frame before that.
I'm telling you, man, 32 points for Watson in 34 minutes. He had 12 rebounds and 3 assists. He was feeling himself in this one, man.
Lou Dunk was tearing us up too.
16 points for Jamal Murray in 36 minutes. He was a little off in his game, but did just enough to help out. Cameron Johnson, the former Brooklyn Net and Sun, 14 points in 32 minutes of action, and then 14 points from Big V off the bench in 16 minutes. He was 4 or 5 from the field, perfect from the foul line with 7 rebounds. Big V really doing well in that Denver offense. And Bruce Brown, who's also a former Pelican, had 12 points in 27 minutes of action. Tim Hardaway Jr., 7 off the bench. And pretty much that's what it is for the Nuggets and the Pels, man. We go down 125 to 118. They control the season series at 2-0 right now. And our final game against them is in the middle of January of next year. So one more game to kind of get a little revenge against one of these teams. But a lot of people anticipating them, DC, to be a team that is going to be one of the teams that represents the West, possibly. You know what I'm saying? But what are your final thoughts on what you heard from you covered a lot of this early in the stream, but you can feel free to talk on it before we kind of cross over to the Dallas preview.
Well, I mean, one of the things I didn't mention, man, is, oh my God, we had some great shot opportunities that we just could not convert, man. 21% from a three-point line. You shot 34 threes. You only made 7. Like, that's crazy. 45% as a whole, as a team on your percentage, man. It's like that's why we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? That is hard to overcome. You know, then you're giving up 32 points to a role player. You know what I'm saying? So the Pels have got to find a way to be able to hit just regular. I mean, they're getting open threes and they just can't hit them. Herb couldn't hit none. Let's look at everybody and go to the player stats. Who hit any threes outside of Trey? It was pretty much just Trey. Herb hit 1 3. He was 1 for 4. Derik Queen hit a 3. He was 1 for 2. Jeremiah couldn't hit nothing. Jose Alvarado missed 4. Sadiq Bey missed 3. PV missed 3, probably all of them in the corner. Jordan Hawkins is now a 2-point specialist. He couldn't hit no threes. It's like, man, you know, and then you got Denver out there. Every time we get the game close, they put the nail in the coffin with a 3. You know, some of them off of a turnover, some of them just good execution. They walk down slow, find the shot they want, and just kind of picked us apart in that way. But a positive from tonight, what I have recognized, even though it takes some fine tuning, I think they found somewhat of an identity. It looks like we're going to be a team similar to the 23-24 year when we were forcing turnovers and just getting out and running and trying to get a lot of our points in transition. And when they slow things down, it appears that they're going to try to run some things through Derik Queen when he's out there. Let him be a facilitator or go ahead and handle his business on ball. And I think they're going to do some similar things with Zion. Maybe James Borrego got a few more things up his sleeve, but it's very clear to me that this is going to be a team where we're going to try to play fast. And when we actually have to play half court, we look like we'll have a plan for that too. So looking forward to see what it looks like on Friday night with a little bit of, some lesser competition and give us a chance to sneak in there and get a dub.
Yeah, well, them people struggling, bro. They struggling not as mightily as we struggling, but they just fired the general manager. And there's like reports to stating that you see Mark Cuban kind of as a minority owner now is kind of making some moves. He pretty much made a statement about them not trading Anthony Davis, and they said they're going to try to compete. So 4-11, 3-7. They kind of
Wait,
up and
hold up.
down.
So all that was rumors about them shopping Anthony Davis?
That's what I heard, bro. That's what I heard. Is well, I mean, Nico was fired. Maybe he was the perpetuator of this stuff.
Well, I mean, they might kind of have to say that because maybe the room that leaked and they didn't like none of the offers they were getting. So
Could be. It's still early in the game.
Better. You got, oh yeah, we're gonna keep him and we're gonna compete, but this season is just falling apart. And I don't see. I mean, you got the youngest player in the league in Cooper Flag. He's supposed to be the next phenom. I don't see any point of punting. I mean, any harm on punting for a year. Kyrie coming off an injury, AD all out of shape and shit. Man, pack that shit up and get back at it next year. Get a draft pick. You know, that might be the best case scenario for them.
DC, you let them take care of their own goddamn team. We ain't giving them no advice on
well, if they pack that shit up and they start next year, that's a goddamn dub for us on Friday.
I won't count on it, bro. We got to compete for everything that we get. But yeah, this is
well, we got to get over the hump, man. We got that big ass monkey on our back, bro. What is it? How many games is it in a row?
7 straight.
Now? 7? Yeah, 7. Man. That's a weight, man. You know, that's a lot of pressure. Anytime you get close to being able to win, in the back of your mind is all that loser ass shit you've been doing. You know, them old habits die hard, bro. So if you can string together, you know, 2 or 3 wins in a 5 or 6 game span, that kind of can change your mentality. But you know, Big Q, you know what it is, man. You need about 3 weeks, bro. 21 days, man, to reset your life in any form or fashion, sports team, regular life. About 21 days of positive, healthy habits, winning habits, you know, for that to really turn around. So right now, I think we witnessing the process, and pretty much gonna have to see where we at in 3 weeks. But by the time we hit January, is gonna be the real marker, because depending on where the Pels are at, maybe they trade a player and get an addition that can help them go further in the season. So
yeah, we'll see what he got going on, man. Joe Dumars, man, they can't fake the fun on the fact that he had these fantastic rookies, man, that all of them contributing to the Pelicans. So that's a win no matter how you slice it, to be honest with you, bro. Right now, Dallas is actually playing right now in Dallas against the Knicks. They're tied up right now, 54-54, 10 minutes into the third quarter. So they're trying to get that. They're trying to get back on the plus side of things, man. There, but here it is right here. That's the depth chart right here, fam. Williams, Christie, Flag is out according to the estimated.
Williams starting now. Wow.
According to the estimated the ETA return that they list on the injury reports, Jordan Poole is supposed to return for the Pelicans game. So I mean, the Pelicans and the Mavs game. Excuse me.
I'm about to say I would hope it's a Pelicans game.
Right, DC. That's true. All right, so yeah, that's the point. He's supposed to come back on the Pelicans matchup against the Mavs. Cup is supposed to return for that game as well, as according to these ETAs on the
Cup is returning for the Cup, huh?
He returning for the Pelicans. Supposed to be
it's
on
a Cup
the 21st.
game.
It's supposed to be on the 21st game. So Poole, Carlo Mekovic is supposed to be back. Caleb Martin, Cooper Flag, all supposed to be returning for the game. Anthony Davis is recommended to return on the 24th. They're saying AD is supposed to return on November the 24th, and Kyrie Irving's supposed to return January 1st of 2026. So they got some of that estimated time data right there. They got DeJounte Murray's return time as January the 2nd. So they were
that is curious. If DeJounte Murray where does he fit on this current team with Jordan Poole back? That's an interesting question. Interesting. Like, I don't even know how he will work now. Like, what do you bench Poole, or well, we don't even know what Poole going. You gonna bench Fizz and you starting Poole, and then you bench Poole to start. Like, man, DeJounte got to play though. If we,
Yeah, you got to play $30 million. So you got to be able to play him. You got to justify the money. You got to play.
We had too many side missions going on this year, man. This shit crazy.
I know that's what. Remember Joe Dumars said that several times. Though we got to figure out who wants to be here. He mentioned that. He said that again recently. I want to say not too long ago. He mentioned that again. So whoever doesn't want to be here, I'm pretty sure he's happy to kind of get him out of here. But like I said, it don't seem like to me Jeremiah Fears and Derik Queen and some of these other guys like PV. These guys are not going to lose minutes. I mean, as long as the team is like 2 or 3 wins and it's a struggle fest, they're going to give a lot of reps and times to those young guys because it's paying off. I mean, sooner or later, Jose Alvarado and DeJounte Murray, those are guys you're looking at because Jose's contract is up. DeJounte Murray, where does he fit with that kind of contract? And another question is, who's willing to take him at that price? So it's going to be interesting to see how this stuff kind of rolls downhill as we get closer and closer to 2026.
And my man in the comment, I'm looking at stats right now, so I don't know who you are. We should have kept Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is averaging 8.9 points a game, 5.9 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 2.3 steals. Yeah, I don't think that was gonna get it done, bro. Like we need to just let that go. for $135 million. I'm cool on that. I take her for what we paying him and deal with the issues we dealing with her.
Yeah, I was kind of upset when Dyson Daniels and they left because I actually like Dyson Daniels.
I don't care if he's running the team. He's
It's
overpaid from my man Stacy. I like Dice. I ain't saying I didn't like him, but you had to make a decision between Dice and Herb, and not seeing what Dice got paid. It make a lot of sense to me now because he not worth $135 million. At least not with our team. Maybe that shit worked for them. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, Coach Quinn found a way to use them, man. That's what good coaches do. They find out how to use these talented players. And Dyson can facilitate. He can play defense, and they've worked on his offensive game. So he's a big guard, man, that Coach Quinn has found a way to use in Atlanta, man. So, yeah, they kind of compensate him. They see a future for him. But us here, man, Jeremiah Fears, Derik Queen, Peavy, and other guys around the team, man, I like what we building on here, man. We just got to get all the rest of the big wheels and see where they fit in the mix. That's what we are here.
We kept Dice. That means no Derik Queen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right, bro. That's right. We look different here without him. And like I said, when we came in here with Joe Dumars getting Fears and Queen, should hush that talk of this draft nonsense because all Joe and Troy's guys they drafted are really helping the Pelicans. Now, we're not winning, but you can see those young guys out there really hustling and doing their thing. Like I said, we had if Zion got close to his average in this game, they would have beat Denver. So it's only a matter of time, man.
Hey, my man Stacy, I don't think they're gonna put Trey on the block. He the only shooter we got, bro. I know you're disappointed in him because you see the potential, and he's.
Did you say Hawkins turned into a 2-point shooter? Did you say that?
He's a 2-point specialist. He getting there with that little 15, 16 footer. Ooh, all nets, Q. Can't do that shit at 3-point line though, bro.
Yeah, his 3-point shot off.
Specialist, man.
Yeah, he like that little mid range, man. He be swishing that mid range, bro. But he can't hit a broadside of a barn with the 3-point shot.
Well, he need to stop doing all them goddamn step backs and fadeaways, man. When you was dropping 30 points under James Borrego, like he was just taking regular 3-point shots. He trying to fade to the side and all these step back shit. No, man, calm down with all that. Get in your bag, do the simple stuff, and then maybe that'll work. But I don't think he did a lot of that tonight. He actually looked okay at times, and he kind of tailed off. But I don't know. I think Hawk. Thinking about it, who did we have facilitating when he had that 30-point game? Was Alfred Payton feeding him? I wonder.
I don't remember, man.
I
I
don't remember
don't
either,
know.
but I think he kind of a guy. He's gonna need like a real facilitator type point guard, and maybe that could elevate him some. But it's looking bleak right now, Q. But he's actually improved, and it's still not impressive. So that just shows you where he was at. Oh, you talking my bad, Stacy. You talking about Trey Young? Okay, I'm sorry. Big Q, you still there?
I'm here. I'm here with you, brother.
All
I'm
right,
here.
I thought you went. You know,
All right. So anyway, DC, like I said, what's your thinking on this one, man? Who you think gets the dub here? I'm gonna go with the Pelicans on this one. I think the Pelicans are gonna beat the snap the streak at 7 and beat the Mavs, man, on the road. What you think?
yeah. I mean, I thought they were gonna win one of these games if Zion came back. You know, that's why I said they would beat the Thunder. I was banking on Zion coming back. He set out that game, and as you can see tonight, you know, Zion coming back just makes life easier for everybody. You know, so to have something on film, they see how it was live game action. They get a practice. You know, I think they definitely can go in and beat the Mavericks, man. The Mavericks are banged up, and on top of that, you know, they're in a similar position to us. This is another 4-11 team that's built a lot of bad habits, and I think we can go and beat a better team on Friday night.
Yeah, I'm agree with you on that, bro. I'm gonna think I got them. I got the Pelicans to win this one, man. We got to get you got to get this streak over with, man. To be honest with you, man, I'm kind of tired of the streak and the losing. I think tonight, we were
Boy,
almost.
JV socked it to us tonight. You seen that shit, huh, Q?
Yeah, he
Big
did.
shots in the clutch, man. Made us pay.
Yeah, I
For
know.
David Griffin
That's.
stupidity. Which JV should still be on this team, bro.
I mean, Willie Green didn't know how to use him, man, and he wasn't an advocate to keep him, even though he's your most durable player.
How you don't want a dude who's a walking double and give you 15, 16
You
points a night, even if you play him off the bench?
That's something you got to talk
That
to.
is crazy.
You
Man.
can't ask
Who wouldn't want that?
You can't ask Willie Green that no more because his ass is fired. So I mean, at the end of the day, it simply is what it is. He couldn't answer it anyway.
He couldn't look at JV and do the little finger thing, you know, just the way he twirl his finger, like you said.
Go faster.
Yeah, he couldn't do that shit to JV. So
Go faster, make mistakes faster.
Had to get him off the team, bro.
Terrible.
All right, he ain't gonna never play slow at all, huh?
Oh man, that guy. He ain't like if he was a 7 foot big, he had no use for you. You had to be you had to be about 6'8", 6'9" for him to give a damn about you. Weird cat. But anyway, before we get ready to go, man, y'all do us a service. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, man. I got one more thing I won't play for you. Kendrick Perkins said something on this broadcast here. Let me play it for y'all, DC. I want to get y'all to kind of chime back. What's up, Damon? Shout out to you, my brother. Good to see all the fam out there. Jay Black, Stace, Mary, K, Steph. Big ups to all y'all out there. I see you, Jaden, Tech Blitz. Big ups to y'all, Knoxville. Listen to this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Here we go.
Green being fired and more about how Zion Williamson is a culture killer. This is less about Willie Green being fired and more about how Zion Williamson is a culture killer or organization killer.
We ain't have much culture before.
No, they had some culture. No.
Jefferson is actually right.
Drew Holiday and Monty Williams.
Yes,
they had some culture there. Like, but Zion has completely fucked this organization since they drafted.
How might feel
top to bottom. Like, no, real talk. Because you can't depend on them. You don't know what's going on. It's so many things you have to do. He had to clean up certain areas. And shout out to Bill Duffy, because Bill Duffy, he's taken over. He's trying to help Zion with a whole lot of things, hold him accountable.
Duffy's
one of the best to ever do it in the game. I love Bill Duffy.
I got a Bill Duffy story one day.
But think about it though, right? So now you're the Pelicans. Okay, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, what are we going to do with him on this non-guarantee? Think about this. The most hyped athlete since LeBron James, and he is on a non-guarantee max contract. We have never heard of anything like that in life. a non-guaranteed max contract. Okay, so he's not available. What are you going to do with him? Like, they could waive him, they could trade him. What is his trade market? I think they should move on from Zion. Every year we get excited. Man, Zion, he's in shape. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, people.
He's in shape. He came into shape, training camp in shape. All of a sudden, he hurt his hamstring again. By the way, I don't think I've ever seen anybody in sports hurt their hamstring more than Zion Williamson. No.
Well, no, but okay. Really
4
quick.
years?
No, wait, I'm not arguing. I'm saying,
All right, DC, go ahead.
That boy said nobody hurt their hamstring more in 4 years to Zion. He got what, 2 or 3 hamstring injuries? How many was it?
I think to me. I think it's like 4, DC. I don't think it's
4?
like. I think it's like 4 injuries. Might be a little bit more than that, man. Y'all help me out in the chat. My recollection is 3 or 4 injuries, dog.
I think it's like 3, but
I don't think it's more than that. Yeah, I think it's more than that.
Perk telling a lot of truth, but the whole thing about him being a culture killer, like I don't get that. Like, he's hurt. You want to call him a bust. You want to say he doesn't suit up. You want to say get him out of there because you're wasting your time. Like I get all of those things, but how is he a culture killer? Like I don't get that. Zion has been done a disservice. Being in here, we haven't done things correctly. But he also hasn't done things correctly either. Obviously not taking his health, fitness, and well-being seriously. So there's the issue there. But this to me is just like, man, got some good basketball going on. They ain't got a lot of drama. Let's go dig in the Zion well again. Because the way they talking is like, okay, his hamstring hurt. He had missed 8 games. He came back like the same day. He probably said this a day or 2 ago. But it's almost like they talking like his season is over or some shit. Like Zion ain't gonna play no more this year. He obliterated his hamstring and he's shut down for the year. Like, it's just very weird. Like how they cover him. Zion has done, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Shit, he made it easy for him to attack him, basically. But I still think they pour on just too much with some of the exaggerations. But getting him traded, I understand people saying that. He don't play. I get that. But you look at guys like even Ja, similar track record. They got other players. You got the shit with Kawhi. You got other guys that are extremely talented that have this issue of staying on the court. We're just talking about Anthony Davis. This is a part of the game now. I guess in this newer generation of guys just being a lot more fragile. Just don't make them like in the 80s. But in 70s, I guess you want to say that generation of players. But the way that they go at Zion and just a culture killer, like why I ain't never heard nobody else be classified as a culture killer. Like the shit. Look at our coaches and our GMs. They was killing the goddamn culture. It's just people don't understand, I guess, the Pelicans organization from top to bottom, what we deal with our owner to the basketball, the presidents of basketball operations, because we keep talking about Joe Dumars. Troy Weaver is the goddamn GM. Trajan Langdon was the GM. Like, look at that shit in our culture. That shows you right there how fucked up our culture is. We don't even refer to the GMs as making transactions. We be talking about the president of basketball operations. It's weird. It's a mess. And it's been that way before Zion was here.
This is true. I mean, we talk about the history of the Pelicans all the time, and I would say the greatest issue with the Pelicans not winning is ownership. That's always been my stance on it, and it will remain my stance until they prove me wrong. The ownership is the problem. It was the problem when they moved here from Charlotte. It was the problem when they sold the team, when Tom Benson stole the team from up under his brother Larry. When he bought it from up under him,
It's crazy.
it was it was a problem. Then he came in with the cheap man shit. He wanted Mickey Loomis to run the Pelicans. Mickey said, I don't know, I don't long time. I don't know anything about this shit. I don't know. So they ran and got somebody to run it for him. So, like I said, it was it's a joke at the top. And these people, all they care about is making money. They only care about protecting their images, and they will lie and lie and lie to you about it. Like, it's people dropping some stuff I just seen on X about Gail being friends with Willie's wife, you know, and this sort of thing. So I'm not completely sure if she was probably cool with Willie's wife. That would make sense. That's why they didn't want to fire him. And that's the problem, man. The team ran like a club. And I've been saying that for a long time about it. So, I mean, you're going to bring players into the system. Remember, Zion Williamson is one of many talented star-like players we've had that passed through our hands and went somewhere else and became solid contributors. Hell, Anthony Davis had to go to the Lakers to win a championship. I mean, the Pelicans whiffed on something. They had something special when they had AD and DeMarcus Cousins together, and they screwed it up. So, I mean, it's dumb ownership. Non-accountable, stupid, don't know what they're doing, hiring the wrong people because they're cheap. And that's what it came down to. Now they're looking at it and they want to conserve and they don't want to spend too much money now. So people are questioning them about what they're going to do about the future head coach hire. You know, we don't want to repeat the cycle. Now we get to the point where y'all start seeing what we've been saying for years, that it's the stupid owners. That's the problem with these teams and why they fail, because they do not hire the proper people and they don't want to pay the cost. So, I mean, we'll see, man. At the end of the day, I've been yelling for a long time about the Pelicans fixing their training staff that has something to do with these players, these commentators that don't watch the Pelicans games. They don't delve into it. They don't specifically deal with this team because they're too busy trying to pretend like they're looking at everybody else's team and they're experts on everybody else's team, when all they do is watch a few games here or there and look at stats and then generate content based on that. But if you know the history of the team, you know that the people like Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson, CP3, and others that were really good players that came through here wanted to win. They just never put anything substantive together all together, like having a good coach here and then locking in the coach if you got a winning coach, lying and backstabbing, like the whole thing with Tom Benson did. He didn't go to bat for Monty Williams. He hired his asshole Dale Demps. He comes in, and Monty's here first. Dale Demps comes in later. Monty and Dale don't like each other. Literally don't like each other, right? So that's not ironed out between them by the ownership. Later on, when Monty's deal is coming due, and pressure's on him, he was promised by Tom Benson that if he wins, takes the team to the playoffs, that he gets to keep his job. Well, he took the team to the playoffs. They were competitive, and Dale Demps still fired him. So Tom Benson should have thrashed Dale Demps or not allowed him, because Demps had to go through Tom to fire Monty Williams. So Tom Benson broke his word to Monty Williams. You couldn't fire Monty without without Tom Benson's approval. They didn't want to hire Joe Dumars originally. That's what the VP jobs come from, because there wasn't no vice president. It was just a general manager. That's the highest you got in the Pelicans organization, was a GM. They didn't have anything above a general manager. The VP was originally created by Joe Dumars, and Tom Benson didn't want to pay the price to get Joe Dumars back in the day. We'd have missed out on all this other stuff. But in there, like I'm saying, man, this is a fumbling, stumbling, bumbling, dumb ownership group that just cares about making money, and we'll see what they got going on. So how are you supposed to build anything substantive or strong or anything at all when they got weak leadership at the top, and you got these type of players that don't even, you got them out there running around and playing. You got them, you're keeping coaches, and you're wasting time. You're burning up their best years, and our players are not developed. Zion Williamson is so undeveloped, it's ridiculous. Yeah, he a brute in the paint, but that's all he does. That's all he does. You pack the paint and he beats
in the paint.
That's what I'm saying. He packed the paint on him. I mean, he got to be knocked on his ass. Ain't no soft touch, intelligent game from Zion Williamson. Like he doesn't have a consistent mid range. How long Zion Williamson been in the game? Since 2019.
I think he got one of the best touches in the league for his
Bro,
finish around the rim.
I ain't talking about that though, DC. I'm talking about mid range shots, dog.
That's all. To me, is confidence, and I think part of it is coaching. Like I don't think we've ever had a coach
that teach him to shoot the mid range.
Not necessarily teach him to shoot the mid range, but like requires that of him, draws up plays so it can happen, forces him to be in these positions to expand, other parts of his game. Like, look, man, we're gonna open this up for you, but I need you to take 5 of these shots a game because this is gonna open up that. Like, we just never had a strategist on that level, with a Zion that
I don't know
him and maximizes what he can do.
But that's the question, though.
He's very capable, but he's just not the type of guy to take initiative to do that.
But that's the problem, though, because if you're the superstar, and like Perkins was saying, I don't agree with that. I don't believe that Zion Williamson is a culture killer. I don't believe that bullshit at all. I don't believe that at all.
He would have been pouting tonight when Derik Queen had it there.
That's right. He's not a culture killer. He's the most non-aggressive, I guess you can call him, star you ever had. He doesn't command. He doesn't go in there and throw his weight around in the administrator's office.
Is that unselfishness, or does he not care?
I just think he's unselfish. I think he does care, but I think some of these players at a professional level, you got to teach them how to be a pro, like the type of pro that you want for your team to be. And we didn't have that type of personnel, right? Like Joe Dumars comes in and he talks to Zion Williamson, and Zion said he was a little struck talking to Joe Dumars. So having Joe, who was one of the top,
that's a unique comment from a 25-year-old man.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though, because what a guy like Zion's gonna listen to Joe for? Because Joe's been to the mountaintop a couple of times. He played with some of the greatest players. He's one of the greatest players in the history of the game. So he shares a lot of game with Zion. So to have that type of understanding, you never had that type of intelligence or basketball IQ in the building. I mean, they can thrash Joe all they want, talk shit about Troy and them when they were in Detroit. The bottom line is, since they've been here, they've added some quality players. We just haven't found the proper system under Willie Green. Is that Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver fault? No, you can't outrank the ownership. And like we've been saying, it was all on Gail before she lied and said on that releasing that, what was that? That Friday before that Saturday when they fired Willie Green, she came out with that article from Times-Picayune talking about she wasn't in the way. She takes pride in not meddling in the affairs of team. That's a lie.
What do you mean when she put that Mac in Joe Dumars' lap, huh?
Yeah, that's a.
Wet Willie up, huh?
Threw him out there, threw him in front of the bus, and made it seem like it was Joe Dumars the whole time. That's a lie. She had a conversation during the Portland game, and they came to a consensus then. If it was really Joe Dumars, he would have fired.
All lies, huh?
She was lying. She lied several times in that interview, man. Lied. Big, bold, nasty lies in there. But this is the thing. They would have fired.
What they need to talk to you for if it's all on him.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. What was the internal discussions for? He was looking to fire Willie Green after 0-6. That was that if it really was Joe Dumars, that's what he was trying to do. The pressure got so bad on her that she had to try to clear herself. So she had this nasty article where she lied several times talking about she don't meddle with the team. Well, that's a lie. She meddled with the team when she forced David Griffin to keep Elvin Gentry, and Elvin Gentry did not like David Griffin, and he did not like him. They did not like each other. She forced them to keep him. She did the same thing to Joe Dumars in his first year. She forced him to keep Willie Green. She meddles all the time. She don't do nothing. She don't meddle with the Saints, but the Pelicans, something got her back up where she thinks she can go and talk and meddle with the Pelicans. She lied in that thing. But see, this is what kind of ownership group you have. And as long as you have a lying owner who's non-accountable, of course, that's going to fester throughout the team. So, I mean, it's going to take time. You see the team looking better. They're competing and running around. You see our young players is getting minutes, and Zion Williamson is back there. You see Jordan Poole will come back. Carlo Mekovic will be back for the Mavericks game. I say the Pelicans beat the Mavs, and I think they go on and they'll beat Atlanta. I think that the Pelicans are these tough games against these really rough teams that we had, man, that's going to pay off in a way. It's going to pay off in a way for this team. So, like I said, we've seen some dark times, man. We'll see, man. We know Borrego's intelligent. We know he ain't the perfect coach, but he knows. We know Borrego's smart enough to get them to be competitive. We know he's smart enough to get them to have an identity. We know he's smart enough to teach them the game, and he's respected enough to do that. So eventually they'll turn it around, man. They just got to keep playing, bro.
Well, we got a question here, man. And a couple of people asked me a question too. I want to answer them before we go ahead and get up out of here. And my man,
no, Hoffa, you're right. I'm sorry, DC. Hoffa said if you were getting knocked on your ass, would somebody have to tell you to get a mid range? No, Hoffa, the answer is no. No, I wouldn't. Nobody have to tell me to get a mid range, especially if they're not making the calls for me. I would have to develop a mid range. I said that 2 years ago.
You're not supposed to, but we watched Wemby be the tallest player in the league, and he out there shooting goddamn 3-pointers. Or if you don't get your big ass on the block, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's coaching, man.
But they don't tell him. But they don't tell him nothing, DC, because he hitting them. He got the confidence to hit them.
I guarantee you, if they elevate and they go into a playoff caliber team, where people predict the Spurs to be, and they get in the playoff, I guarantee you Wemby gonna be on that fucking block.
Yeah,
if they got a competent coach, because it only makes sense. Like, why are you going to give up your advantage? If we're dealing with the same thing in reverse with Zion, he has the mindset of, why am I going to give up an advantage and take a tougher shot if I feel like I can get the best quality shot every time? But it's like, your body don't feel like that.
Yeah,
them reps don't feel like that.
And DC, you know what? From a counter view, you're not giving up anything. Because it actually, life is easier for you when you have the mid-range shot. Because listen, when you see what happens with Zion get the ball, they just jam the paint. They know where he's going. If he developed that 15-foot shot and he got consistent with it, it will force defenders to come out to guard him, which would create his lane so he can get around him a lot easier. It'll force them to come to him. It will work in reverse, and it will open up both areas of his game and give him duality. And then ultimately, when he's hitting that mid-range shot, it's consistently, and it gets his confidence up so he can start shooting that three-point ball. So it all works together. So that's my whole thing about Zion Williamson. He complains about not getting the calls. Well, you develop a mid-range shot, because you have that all day. There's nobody guarding him there. It's a complete day. When you see guys, they're 5 feet from him, giving him that shot, giving him the damn shot. Dude, whip that shot. That should be the main focus. You done dominated. Like you said, you got the infinity stones around the rim, and you got that game. But 15 feet out, if he became a master there, dude, that's a whole nother level to his game that they're not ready for. Because if they got to come out to guard him, he gonna put that ball right around him it just works. It makes his life so much easier. Been saying that for like years, bro. You need a mid-range shot, dog. You're undersized big. And I ain't gonna even say you that. He's a big guy that's not really what you are. He's like a big point guard, operating. It's like his position is very strange. He's a muscle player, but he's undersized. If he had a mid-range shot, that will force them to come to him. He can use that athleticism to get around these other bigs that are not as agile as he is, that's trying to guard him. So, I think it'll take his game to another level. But, brother, go ahead and to your questions.
I sent you something in your direct message, too. I want you to put that up there at some point. But my man, Stephanie Wilson, he said, do y'all think the players are getting injured because the game is being played at faster now? No, I don't. I think Stan Van Gundy, talked about this when he was the coach of our team. And I heard several other players at the time. I don't know if he started that conversation, but it was like a thing around the league. And just listening to all of them, it made perfect sense, man. They don't practice. So it's like, imagine being a weightlifter and you don't train lifting weights very much. Imagine being a sprinter and you don't sprint as much as possible to get your sprinting muscles up. It's like you got to get the reps in. You got to build a callus, on your body to be prepared to do that. And I think a lot of these guys come in, the beginning of the season, they got shortened training camps now. You hear all the players talk about this. It makes perfect sense. They say they will go into training camp and that first week or two, they just be completely sore and just wore out from training camp. I think our training camps only last like 2 weeks right now. They had 4 to 6 weeks of training camp. So they're going to come into the season in better condition. They're able to play, more minutes coming out the gate. The whole getting into basketball shape process, I think, will be a lot faster. And then on top of that, in between games, they had way more practices and they practiced a lot longer. And I think when you put all of those things in combination and you take all of those things away in combination, I think that gives you what you see with the injuries. Because a lot of this, I think, is just guys, their body not being ready for what they going out there to do, especially those early in the season injuries. And if you really pay attention, like later in the year, it's always less injuries a lot of times. But, you got some players that just have issues like Zion, get injured at any time. But I think it's the lack of practicing in the shortened training camps, in my opinion.
All right, DC, what else you got there, my brother? What other questions you got?
Well, you ready to get out of here, man?
No, I'm just saying. You said you had other questions. I don't want to.
I gotta find them. A few people was asking me something. See if I can find them.
Shout out to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Y'all feel free to hit that like button for us, man. Hit the like button.
Man,
and the sub button.
We got too many damn comments that happen now.
DC can't find the questions.
Can't find the questions, bro. I know they had a few that was addressed directly to me, but I don't see them. Anybody got any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We're about to get up out of here. Whoever had the questions, then for me, maybe you could repost it because I don't see it.
Yeah, damn it, DC still on the payroll, bro. That's right.
Oh, what payroll?
All right, Mary Kay. Shout out to you, Mary Kay. Let me give a shout out to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all, man. These still get cash apps.
What payroll, man?
All right.
Y'all hear my phone dinging over here from anything I said?
Tech Blitz, Daniel. Shout out to Daniel Berry, Slim,
payroll.
J. Carv. What's up, bro? Stace, Knox Villain. What's up, fam? Appreciate y'all, man. What's up, John Thompson? Shout out to you, brother John. C-Step. What's up, C-Step? RJ, the alternative. What's up, my brother? What's up, Don Guillory? Big ups to you, bro. All right. What's up, brother Don? What's up, bro? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you in the chat as always, bro. All right. Jay Black. What's up to my brother, Jay Black? Shout out to you, Jay Black. Miggy 20. What's up, man? Appreciate you for being in the stream. Shout out to the Queens and here, Steph, Mary Kay, and the rest. Big ups to y'all as well. State of the Pels. What's up, DJ? Shout out to you, man. Brother Damien as well. All right, TFP, what's popping, fam? Appreciate you as well. Much love to y'all. Always got to get a fam a shout out, man. Big ups, man. All right, what's up? The Hugh Beef. What's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for checking us out. All right, Corey, what's up, bro? Shout out to Corey as well. Much love, fam. Appreciate you. All right, DC, you see anything else, man?
Nah, man, we'll go ahead and call it a night, bro.
Jedi Connor, what's up, fam? Hoffa, big ups to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate all right. Chat, man. Y'all showing up.
Yeah, Tech Blitz says Barkley's mid-range jump shot compilation. Watch vid. We can only dream. Yeah, and some of the really good ones they like to compare Zion Williamson to.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be
those guys had confident mid-range shots. Even Karl Malone to pull up a mid-range shot on your ass. So they had some of these guys like those all-stars, they had a real confident mid-range shot that they would use a lot, and it got them into the other bag where they were confident enough to be able to shoot that shot. It got him into their bag real good. And some of the family members, David mentioned David West. I don't think he's like Zion, but his mid-range game, and then he kind of developed and got real confident shooting the 3 ball. So, it's all about confidence. And like I said, some people say he shoots that ball in practice. He doesn't do it enough. Now, he did shoot a mid-range shot in this game, just one that I remember seeing. And it didn't look good to me. He took that damn shot, and it didn't look good at all.
Why he don't shoot him, man? Zion.
No, I'm saying you got to, but still in all, DC, you still got to shoot that shot. That shot works for him. It'll open his entire arsenal up. Damon says, QDC, a lot of the supporters I know is all the way down on Zion. They feel it's better without him. I'm going to be cool.
I think that's crazy talk.
That is,
man,
bro.
Like, if you watch this game, like, I understand everybody gonna be like, Queen had 30, and Trey had 20. Zion only had 14. Man, Zion being out there make life easier for everybody. Everybody be like, oh, we should just cut Zion, or like that shit gonna make it better. Oh, blow up the team. We don't have our pick this year. Like, what sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, you should be trying to see what pieces you can add and fit that'll better fit the team, and get the pieces out that don't. But I see that too, Dame. A lot of people, they act like it's gonna be better without Zion, but whether he plays the amount of games you want or not, and you want him going, I get that, but there's only a handful of guys that can give you the type of space, on the perimeter or the type of attention that a Zion will give you, and shit, it ain't many. So if you're not replacing that with somebody of that caliber, we just gonna be here till our rookies step their game up without Zion. We're gonna be waiting probably 2 or 3 seasons before we really are able to contend for something.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would like to see Zion Williamson with Borrego in confab with Derik Queen and the young guys we picked up. Bringing in Poole and having a healthy trend, all these guys, I'm interested to see how that works first, right? And then ultimately, I think that's what the spiel is with Joe Dumars. We know about the reports that came out when all the stuff happened with Zion this offseason, that the Pelicans were really tired and considering moving him, because at some point now he's making more money than he's ever made with that contract. You have to see what happens here. And I think that's why the move was made to have Derik Queen and Jeremiah Fears to be here, because that'll be the future of the team. Now, if Zion is really, it's no more potential talk with Zion. It's put up a shut up time for Zion Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
It's put up a shut up time. And like I said, I think this is the year in which if he don't get it done, I do think the Pelicans pull the trigger and they get him up out of here, because they got their stars. They got Queen. Look what you're seeing tonight, 30 on the Joker. Yeah. He outscored the Joker. I mean, the guy, and like I said, I got to keep saying it because it's crazy. The guy didn't even have a preseason. He had a wrist injury. He missed all the preseason. He wasn't even all that great in the summer league stuff. But look how he's playing now. The kid's a natural, and Fears is a beast. And then you got Peavy here, and then you add in a few pieces here or there, and this team is going to be responsive, man. You get him a coach, all this kind of stuff for the future. But yeah, man, like I said, Zion Williamson's time is now. It's not in the future. It's his time is now. He gets it done now. If he can't get it done now, they will pull the trigger and get rid of him. And like I said, after what Borrego does, and when that time comes, I'm fine with it, fam, because we done did everything we could do. We done did it all. We did everything we could do with Zion Williamson. And that's the God honest truth. The Pelicans were beyond fair with what Zion was bringing. So it's put up a shut up time, man. It really is. But yeah. So yeah, I've not, like I said, I haven't talked about trading Zion Williamson, but you get up to a point where you gotta pull the trigger, bro.
Yeah, you do. And I think you got to ride it out this year. No,
you're right on this year.
I don't see any benefit of trading him right now. Like,
now.
If you're lucky, you'll get a what, maybe a first and a pick swap.
No, not now, but yeah, like you said, you want us. It's not going to take 4 or 5 or even 20 games to figure that out. DC, the rest, because Borrego, you can see the team is gradually getting better. Like they almost won this game. Like we're still not clean enough on fundamental ball. Like we see guys running around. There's still stuff to iron out, like the fundamentals. Like when you have a team that's struggling, you usually just go back to the fundamentals. Making clean passes, getting rebounds, blocking out, not ball watching, communicating on offense as well as defense. The fundamentals, hitting your free throws. The Pelicans would make a high percent, like 80%. I know that's a lot, but 79, 80% of their free throws as a team. That would mean a lot. That would mean a lot, especially in a game like tonight. And some of these other games, it kind of turns the games around. Like if they had hit a higher clipper on some of these free throws with the Spurs the first time we played, we'd have beat the Spurs. We didn't have to go in overtime with them. So like I said, another part of like the Zion thing, to go back to Zion thing, Zion's hitting like half his free throws. So what good is it for him to be a brute and get to the foul line when he converting 1 or 2? I mean, you got to do better than that, bro. So like I said, we're not good at the fundamental stuff. We don't tonight. We did a good job of offensive rebounding, but overall, we don't do a stellar enough job offensive rebounding. We don't do a stellar enough job communicating on defense. We still have to improve on the switches and not switching to bad matchups. I've been kind of hammering that thing home. It's just a lot of stuff going on, but you see them playing better. You see him, Coach Borrego do have the right mixture of players in there, DC, that's coming in there and they're giving good game. Like I said, if Zion comes in, and I know it's his first game back from being hurt all those games, but if he comes in and get close to his average, they win. So, like I said, man, we're going to keep it thing because Trey played decent enough. We got other guys that need to play.
Trey played fine, man, but Trey to me is more of a secondary like a third option. He's not a guy that you want initiating offense and trying to create looks for other people. When Trey get the ball, it should be to score. And if he don't have it, he's trying to kick it out and keep it going for somebody else or to continue drawing up another set or whatever you want to do. Yeah, not dribbling into double teams and triple teams. That ain't where he at. Maybe one day he can be there. Like he still need to keep working on that though. That ain't where he at right now. And I think he figuring that out right now. But shout out to Rod Walker, man. I'm looking at a tweet he put out. He said NBA rookies with 30 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in 31 minutes or less in the game. It's only been 2. Victor Wembanyama and Derik Queen. That's it. That's the list. And there's only been 1 Pelican to ever do that as a rookie. And you're looking at him right there on the screen, Derik Queen. AD ain't do it. Chris Paul ain't do it. Nobody else ain't do it. Zion ain't do it. Just Derik Queen.
There it is. That's pretty damn good, man. Like I said, these rookies are awesome, man. We got to get the rest of these guys to contribute. And you never know, fam. We might kind of turn some stuff around. I know we fall off in the hole, man, but they keep playing like this. They like in DC mentioned, they starting to develop some sense of an identity right here as well. So that comes with the heat. These games, these tough games against these real tough opponents, man.
Every game's Borrego game, Q. They out there running and pushing the pace, bro. They was making a lot of mistakes until tonight. They only had 12 turnovers tonight. So
that's right. That's right. They got to clean up.
They getting turnovers every game, though, man.
That's right.
When Fierce had when he had them 8 steals, that was Borrego first game, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's gonna be their identity, man.
Turning you over and pushing the rock.
And when they slow it down, a team, don't let you get out in fast break. They look like they playing through Derik Queen, and they're gonna probably run a 2-man game with either Zion and Trey or some combination of Jordan Poole or somebody else.
Wow, it's
actually a strategy. It appears.
Yeah, it is. They develop. You can see it. And of course, I love to see what Borrego's usage with Zion Williamson be as he's healthy, and when Jordan Poole comes back next game too, and we get like 5 to 10 game stretches where they're healthy, along with our fantastic rookies. What Coach Borrego could do with all that firepower, man. So I mean, it's going to just be interesting to watch. But listen, fam, that's going to do it for us on the stream. What's up, Jose? Shout out to you, man. Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you. Reliable for you. Much love. Appreciate you as well. And shout out to the family. Y'all hit that like button and the sub button, man. PPR in the building, man. We're going to get ready to dip on out on this. But listen,
Joker say he sees some of himself in Derik Queen too.
Yeah, well, that was the comp. That was the comp. So that's real. That's real interesting, bro.
The Joker just stamped it, bro.
Wow.
He asked him about it, so.
That's something else, bro. All right. So with that being said, fam, we're going to get on out of there. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. We're going to holler at you on Friday stream. Much love. Peace. Go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. Going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and do best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with the WhoDatDaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic, NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below.